We give them a little bit of everything, really. So, like, you know, it's a 7 to 10 course dinner. So what we do is they come in, they get a little champagne, then we go on a tour, and you know, we show them all the greenhouses, how we're growing stuff. We also harvest some things while we're on that tour, and then those items are going to be in their dinner that evening. But most of the stuff is all local, either from somebody who's growing my bison or my beef, to here we're growing our own tilapia, and then, you know, a lot of leafy greens. There's not a meal that I don't eat nowadays that doesn't have leafy greens in it in some sort or another.
How is that again?
Yeah, so Oceans and Earth was the first name first concept that I came up with. It was actually, I was 19 years old. I was working at a country club in Bend, Oregon, called Broken Top, which was like a 3 or 4 diamond, actually a 4 diamond country club. Anyways, my family came there and ate. My mother said, "Adam, you're so good at doing this. You got to open a restaurant. What are you going to call it?" And I said, "I'll call it Oceans and Earth." And so I've always kept that in my mind and always wanted to do that. And it's all really about, Oceans and Earth is really about sustainable seafood, sustainable everything, really. You know, even the restaurant is being built, out of like reused items, you know. So Oceans and Earth in Yorba Linda. It's going to be a unique concept. I think the first of its kind. We're going to have living lettuces growing in a greenhouse off the side, a little mini aquaponic system that kids and people can look at, and then we're also going to do little aquaculture tanks inside the restaurant as well, inside the kitchen, where we'll have lobster tanks. We'll be doing salt water, you know, thermal water baths for like poaching lobster in. We're also going to be having clams, mussels, and oysters on the menu that are also going to be in aquaculture tanks. So the idea is that you keep these things fresh. You know, the second you pull, you know, any seafood out of the water, it automatically starts to die and deteriorate. So for us, we want to keep them as fresh as possible. You know, when you pull these things out of the water, like the mussels and the clams, you know, they start to live off themselves, and the oysters, so they start producing ammonia. You know, they eat whatever's inside of them, the water and the salt water, and they produce ammonia, and then that ammonia gets, you know, after 3-4 days starts to get a little more. You can taste it, and then after a week to 10 days, you know, now this shellfish is no longer, you know, it's toxic to people. You know, that's why people get ill.